And then eventually you realize I've got to work on myself. I've got to get my confidence back. What do I need to do to get my confidence back? It's the same in selling, guys, is that we need to have a deep seated belief that we could help people. So, two things that I think are crucial in overcoming objections and sales is people buy your belief. So, if you've got a good belief system and you know you can help people with your system, then price isn't necessarily the objection. The biggest objection is probably your mindset, is that you don't believe that you can help the client.
You're listening to The Functional Founder with Themi Sturgianus, a podcast for owner-operators ready to build high-performance teams, handle growth with confidence, and scale without burning out.
Founders, it's been a good day. Went for a good surf, taking the dogs out for a bit of a walk like I usually do on a Sunday, and just reflecting on what happened this week in the business. Well, let's take the coaching business. I think we've had some movement there. We've been covering ground with a specific client, and they've been staying in the game. We've been coaching them for a couple of years now, and I coach every second week, and I was coaching these clients to convert more sales. It's high ticket items, and I really found that by asking deeper questions where this client was going wrong, there were a couple of things. So the issue was that they weren't converting. Okay. They were converting, but at a very low score. So here's the thing. We spend hours, days, and lots of rands to get a lead onto our database. And then we contact the specific lead. And then at the first whim, the lead says, I'm just not ready to buy right now, or I can't afford it. All those typical objections that you usually get when someone is not ready to buy. And this affected their conversion rate because their conversion rate had dropped. So the client says to me, Themi, I need another strategy. In fact, I need a couple of strategies that I can hook on. But here's the thing, guys. If we're not doing the basic strategies right, why add more stress to your sales process? See, I help founders build sales funnels either digitally or manually. In this case, more manually, where it's high ticket items and it's speaking to specific individuals that buy these high ticket items. And they were getting through to people that needed it, the specific system that they were selling. They were convincing the client that the client needs it. But here's the rub, they'd leave it there. So instead of finding out who the decision makers are in the process, they quickly abandoned the sale, or they would follow up in 3 months to find out how it's going. But the person that's really making the decision in this specific case is usually a chairman or a founder or a director of the company. And what was happening, that they were pitching the specific system, which is a very high ticket system. I'm talking about a couple of million, to decision makers or people that aren't decision makers. So here's the thing. Do we find more strategies, or do we to convert that specific individual so that he can take it to his director and convert it? Or do we find out how to speak to the decision maker? And my instinct tells me, in all my years of practice in selling, is that we really need to focus on getting in front of the decision makers. If we're selling something that we believe in very strongly, then shouldn't it be that we deserve the opportunity to present to the decision maker? So instead of waiting for this specific person to convert and phoning in 3 months, they've gone cold. The best thing to do at that specific moment is to find out who the decision maker is. Yeah, but the decision maker is the chairman, or is the founder, and he's busy, and I will pitch this product to him. Doesn't work like that. You see, who's the best person to pitch that system? It's you. It's you who believes in what you're selling. They will never be able to pitch it the way you do. And here's another thing. I also found it by digging a little bit deeper that the mindset can be affected with this specific client that I was coaching. And when you receive a couple of objections and you're not converting, the first thing you're going to say is, well, you know what, the market's not doing well, or maybe I'm doing something wrong, or you lose confidence. I was watching the tennis this weekend, and I could see when I watched Rafael's documentary, and I could see the whole documentary was like his peak and then his fall. And his fall was even his coach admitted it, and his family, well, and even he admitted it, that his confidence level, Nadal's confidence level started declining because there was someone strong on the market. In that specific example, Djokovic was beating Nadal and took him off his pedestal. And all of a sudden, Nadal thought, you know what, I'm losing it. I'm not good enough. And it becomes a self-fulfilling belief. It's the same thing in sales. Nadal's game started declining. And then eventually he realized, I've got to work on myself. I've got to get my confidence back. What do I need to do to get my confidence back? It's the same in selling, guys, is that we need to have a deep-seated belief that we could help people. So two things that I think are crucial in overcoming objections and sales is people buy your belief. So if you've got a good belief system and you know you can help people with your system, then price isn't necessarily the objection. The biggest objection is probably your mindset, is that you don't believe that you can help the client. And so I was coaching this client to go through, so how many clients have you helped? And what have you done to those? Let's just unpack since these clients have bought your system, what have they done with their business? And we showed the ROI. And at that end of the coaching session, I had no doubt that the client was absolutely convinced that they've got something good going and that they need to pitch it again and that they need to do it with confidence and that they need to do it with belief. And I'm going to follow up this week, but I'm almost sure that reflects in my business at LabWorks as well. It's the same situation. When we lose our belief system and when we mistake the reason why we are selling and why we're doing this, and the main reason is to help people. The, the new definition of a salesperson is helping people buy professionally. That's what we need to do. People don't know what they need, and we need to help them. And how are you going to help them when your belief system's in the toilet? So guys, check that out. Have a look at those two areas in your sales process. Make sure that your team are equipped to build that strong mental state. So when they go and pitch to clients, people buy because they buy energy and they buy belief. Until next week, chat again.
Thank you for joining the Functional Founder. This podcast grows through you, our founder community. Please share this with someone who needs it and click on the subscribe button. That way, more people can join us.